Incredible!
Howdy everybody, my name is Zippy, and today I'm here with something a little off the beaten path from what we normally do here on Jazzy Gaming, and that new thing is Warhammer painting guides. In this first series of miniature paintings, I'll be showing you some of the commonly practiced techniques for base coating, washing, highlighting, as well as some of my own uncopyrighted techniques for giving your models their own distinctive looks and features. So today, as you can see, we've got a squad of Eldar Dire Avengers that have been pre-base coated with Skull White in preparation for this video. And I'll be using the Exarch here as our prime model for our painting guide, and then all of the other models will be painted accordingly. And they'll be painted in the style of Rin-Lan-Thir, which is a craft world of my own invention. And Rin-Lan-Thir translates to, with some weird modifications and stuff that I had to make compensation for stuff that gets lost in translation. Rin-Lan-Thir translates to Remember the Fall, and that's for the fall of the Eldar. A note of forewarning before we dive in here is that I'm not the greatest painter in the world, so if you're looking for somebody who paints stuff to look incredibly lifelike and very, very good, like heavy metal sort of quality, this video isn't for you. The objective of this series is mostly just to give people ideas on how to paint their models, using different styles, techniques, mediums, tools, etc. Just a little more of an idea video than a how to paint your models the way, that way, or the other. So without further ado, let's get painting. As an example, here's my farseer that I've painted up. This is what most of the army will be looking like. I added a little gradient pattern and everything. So this is Craft World Rin-Lan-Thir. This is a Warp Spider Exarch. So this is the kind of detailed work we'll be doing. Not super impressive, but pretty good. Okay, so let's open up our sepia ink and just put a little dab on your palette or your table or your whatever you have, and get a little bit of water, and we just want to water it down a bit so it spreads a little nicer. And we're just gonna go over all of his cracks and crevices and get everything nice and shadowed in. Let's hold it down with our finger here. You don't have to worry about the big stuff, like his helmet not getting, like the big smooth surfaces don't have to be covered with the ink. It's mostly just these little crevices, like the plumes, the feather plumes of his helm, and the little crevices on his face and all over him just need to be filled in. Right. So I was also thinking that maybe use a little bit of this video time and all his painting stuff. Oops, that was a bigger drop than I thought. I was thinking that I might use a little bit of this painting time, this video chat, just kind of have a little talk with you guys about whatever. I don't really know what to talk about to start with, so I don't know, maybe how this channel got started? I suppose. I mean, we're kind of a small channel. Not many people know about us. Maybe they're wondering what we're doing there. Well, we're Jazzy Gaming, which stands for Jackson and Zippy's Incredible Gaming. You are allowed to decide what you think is incredible. That's not up to us. But yeah, we've had this channel idea for a couple years now, and we've had the best intentions for it, but stuff has just never really like gotten around at all to being made. Or just videos are really slow to upload, and yeah, we're not the most active members of the YouTube community, but we mostly just wanted to develop a community of people from all diverse backgrounds, of all gaming type backgrounds, and maybe even some people that don't game much. I think our end goal was just to kind of be like this giant conglomerate of different ideas and different genres that all just kind of fed into each other. One of the base ideas for that is actually under production right now, and that's called Let's Build an Eldar Craft World, and I'm doing that in Minecraft right now. Just kind of trying to fuse together two of my favorite science fiction, fantasy, otherworldly realm sort of stuff. Trying to fuse that together into one thing. And I kind of envisioned that sort of deal as being like the main premise of Jazzy Gaming. But then there's also Jackson's perspective. I don't know what his perspective on our channel is, because that's his. I don't think for him. So yeah, and this is just, I don't think he was in the shot there at all. Getting that coming along just fine, I suppose. We'll probably do one more thinner coat of this, because this is starting to get pretty, I need to water it down more, pretty thick. Yeah, and we're also thinking maybe we wouldn't even just limit ourselves to games and stuff. Maybe we'll try to do some stuff that's a little more educational or a little more creative. I was thinking of maybe uploading some music, some like homemade music, or mixtapes of sorts. I use Ableton to create music and sounds. The intro that you heard was made with Ableton, and I've made a few songs and different sounds and stuff with that program. If you don't know what it is, it's a digital audio workstation, and it's something that's used to produce electronic music or other mediums, other types of music, other genres, I should say. Put another dab of brown ink on. So yeah, I was thinking maybe even I could do a couple tutorials for that. That might be cool. Just rambling here, I suppose, about things that could be done but aren't being done. Why aren't those things getting done, Zippy? You should be focusing on your channel. Well, no, I should be focusing on school right now. Sorry, this is not in the shot at all. I should be focusing on school right now, really. Because I'm a junior in college. I'm studying linguistics, and that takes up a very large portion of my time. It's such a large field with so much you have to know, that I don't have that much time to dedicate to other things. Sorry, I'm so shaky. I don't have that much time to dedicate to other things, but when I do, you guys will know in video form. Yeah. Let's get the backside here. I know I said that you don't really need to cover all like the smooth surfaces, but you really should. Just, you never know if, let's turn this light on. Whoa! Just moved the whole camera, didn't I? There we go. That should be a little easier to see. And you don't need to do the guns or the sword or anything like that, because those are going to be base coated with Chaos Black, which I actually think it's called like Abaddon Black now. For some reason they changed it. I guess Abaddon is darker than Chaos itself, and that's what he'd like to think, at least. Abaddon's not as much of a badass as everybody thinks he is. That's not true. Just kidding. Just kidding, Chaos players. If you're watching this for some reason, why would a Chaos player be watching this video? That's just silly. I'm also bumping the camera a whole bunch. Sorry about this whole bumping process. I haven't really gotten my setup the way I want it yet. This is my first ever painting video too, so I apologize if this is noobish, if this is very beginner-esque, because, well, it is, and you don't really get good at doing anything unless you do it a whole bunch, so well, you gotta start somewhere too. So I'm starting here, and if you guys want to start here with me, that would be fantastic. If you don't, well, that's your choice. I hope you come back one day, though. Alright, so this guy is pretty much done with his first coat. Let's take a little gander at that. Should we do the flag? Yeah, probably. Should probably do the flag too. Just give it a nice little coat. Ink. Ooh, we could even have it like shade up like that and use less ink as we go up. There's a whole bunch of little, I don't know if you guys can see them, there's a whole bunch of little bubbles forming, and that usually occurs when, or for me it occurs when I'm going too fast, like trying to spread my paint around too quickly, or if I'm not doing strokes all in one direction. Not the void band, but the actual, like, direction. Yeah, so just try to avoid some bubbles there. Get this painted in. It's also weird to use the camera as a sort of lens to see what I'm doing. I've never been very good at looking at a digital representation of what I'm doing in real life. Like, you know those Wacom painting drawing tablets? Yeah, those, I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't draw anything on those. You want like a whole wretchedly drawn stick figure, I'll whip that up for you in a heartbeat, but if I need to draw something important, no way Jose, that's not happening for me on one of those digital tablets. I need a pen and paper, or pencil and paper. Alright, okay, so there's the first coat of wash done on this guy. Pretty even, pretty good. All the little crevices are sticking out a little more. He does need a second wash though, so we're gonna let him dry and do the other 9 Avengers, and when he's all done, we'll move on to the next video, which will be the coating of the warpstone, warpstone glow. Okay, so now that we're all dried with our first layer, let's go ahead and put on our second coat, and we're going to make the second coat a little bit thinner than the first. Just want to get everything spread out nice and even and smoothly. It's not good to have little like wet splotchy patches on your models, so just the thinnest little bit. And let's go ahead and brush that on the plume right there. Man, I am hungry. I let these guys dry overnight. This is being recorded, this second part, in the morning time, which is probably the best time to do anything. But I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet. Warhammer before breakfast. That's how it goes. Oh man, I don't know why I'm so shaky. What is this? Look at this. Look at this. That's terrible. Anyway, that's why we have this thing. Get a little more there. Alright, now I'll just go with thin little layers. Alright. But like I'm trying to tell you, I'm very hungry. My stomach hurts. My stomach does this like gurgly, makes me nauseous sort of feeling before I eat. If I don't eat, I feel really, really sick. Maybe that's why I'm shaking a little bit. Or it could just be having a little nervous breakdown in front of the camera and painting here. But yeah, so I'm very hungry. And I'm gonna try to get this done relatively quickly because this video is already pretty long for just a regular base coating and washing video. Very good, very good. It's really cold outside this morning too. I just walked my girlfriend to class, and sorry if that wasn't in the shot. And I was riding her Razor scooter back from dropping her off, and it's really cold. My nose was dripping, my eyes were watering. You know that thing you get when you're like riding a bike or a skateboard or a scooter or something open-topped really fast and your eyes just get all watery. My eyes got really watery and I looked like I was crying. People were looking at me funny. Yeah, it was weird. But yeah, it's really cold out there. Keep your jackets on, people. It's still winter time, unless you're watching this in the summer. This is really hard angle to get at. And here's legs. I really should paint these guys before I put them together, but sometimes when I'm painting them I just don't know how all the highlights are gonna match up and everything. So I prefer to do it when they're all built. Alright. That's in focus there for the most part. Let's get in his hand here. We really want all these shadows to be really dark. I really like, or at least what I think helps make a model look really nice, is lots of really strong contrast. Like, oh, my door just rattled. Lots of really strong contrast, like really deep shadows in all these little nooks and crevices and stuff, and then really bright highlights on the edges. Alright. Okay. A little bit more back here. Keep finding places that I haven't done yet. And yeah. Alright. Doesn't have to be super perfect. Pretty good though. But it doesn't really matter because this is all going to be covered up with the warp stone glow. I was going to say warp stone green, warp stone glow. But that'll be in the next video. So there's our washed Exarch. Looks pretty good, I think. It might be a little hard to see in this light. Let's pop this open. Yeah, there we go. You can see him a little better. Looks pretty nice. So that's the end of our little washing vid. Just kind of a basic wash your model, get it looking the shade you want it, and yeah. So we'll see you in the next video for covering your model in the warp stone glow.